Let's start with the external renderer setup because it's educationally beneficial even if you ultimately end up using the internal renderer. I'll be using Logic Pro to demonstrate this, as it has both an internal Dolby Atmos renderer and the ability to interface with the external Dolby Atmos renderer. The first step, if you choose to use the standalone Dolby renderer, is to purchase and download it. Or you can also get a free trial on Dolby's website. This download includes the renderer, an audio bridge that we will use to send audio to and from the renderer, as well as a music panner that we'll use to place objects in the virtual 3D space, and a few other tools I'll cover throughout the video. First, let's set up the renderer. I'll open Preferences, select Core Audio as the driver, set the audio input to be the Dolby Audio Bridge, and set the audio output to be my RME audio interface. Because we're using the external renderer, we need to create a sync connection between the DAW and the renderer, which we can do using LTC over audio with the LTC input channel set to 129. We'll return to this later on in the DAW. The output of the renderer connects to my audio interface driver. To set a physical audio interface output for each channel, I'll navigate to the Setup, Room Setup section and highlight the speakers I'm using under Speaker, and choose an audio interface output for each speaker under the Routing tab. As I create a new project in Logic, I'll select my interface as the audio input device and the Dolby Audio Bridge as the audio output device. The sample rate will be 48 kilohertz and the frame rate will be 24 frames per second. Next, I'll go to the Logic Preferences menu and ensure that the I/O buffer size is set to 1024. I've opened the template session that's included with the Dolby Atmos Renderer download package. This session is already configured with 10 bed channels, 22 mono objects, and 16 stereo objects. To learn more about the difference between beds and objects, check out the Dolby Atmos Mix Setup walkthrough video, linked in the description below. If we look at a template object, we can see that it includes the Dolby Atmos Music Panner. Inside the panner, we see that this track is already configured as Object 11. The audio is sent to the renderer through the Dolby Audio Bridge, and the Dolby Music Panner sends the metadata for where that object should be placed. The same goes for each of these objects, with the respective stereo or mono Music Panner plugin already loaded and configured to map with the corresponding object in the renderer. We can test it by drawing in some automation with the Music Panner and observing the object motion throughout the 3D map within the renderer. You'll also notice that the timer in the renderer is synchronized with the timer in the DAW. That's thanks to the LTC settings from earlier, the sync button being engaged, and the fact that this DAW template contains an instrument track with the Dolby LTC plugin loaded, which is also included in the Dolby Renderer download package.